What's up, folks? Man Amazing here, and welcome to Weapon Master. This is a Amazon Lumberyard game engine asset that allows you to create weapons fairly quickly. So let's get started. As you can see here, I have a first-person controller set up. And don't dwell too much on that because we're going to create that from scratch actually in the new upcoming video series for first-person shooters for the engine. That's going to be on the channel next week. But I do want you to pay attention to the components, which you see the input here and the script canvas for default movement. Those two are offered in my toolbox on GUMROAD. It's totally free. You can donate through that download if you want to, but generally it's a free asset. You can just download it and use the scripts that comes with it. I anticipate about 10 or 12 more things in there by the end of the year. So look out for that. So when you have your controller created, make sure that you have a camera that is childed to that first entity, as you can see here. Then we're going to create another entity called weapon, as you can see here. And then below that, another entity called barrel, as you can see here. So you can follow this flow here. So we have our first entity, then we have a child entity for camera, a child entity for weapon, and a child entity for barrel. All right. Now, when you purchase the asset and you download the two scripts, what you want to do first is go to your main entity, go to add component, go down to script canvas, and we want to add the first script, which is called shoot weapon under scripts. Hit OK. As you see, you're going to have a number of variables here. So we have automatic, we have single shot, and then we will have other types. We have our spawn barrel, which is the asset or the entity we created here. Burst shot isn't working at the moment, but that'll be one of the other weapon types in the next update. So we have our time to shoot, which we're going to change to, generally for a sniper rifle, it'd be something like 1 to 2 seconds, somewhere in there. For the sake of the visuals, we want to change that to 0.8. Max ammo will set at 30. In the inspector, you only want to change the max ammo because the current ammo is going to be set to the max ammo on the startup of the game. So you can actually leave this at 0 and only change the max ammo. So we're gonna leave it at 30. And our reload time is going to be 1.5 seconds. Now, generally you want to set the reload time to the length of your reload animation when you're using a proper character. But for right now, since we're using the capsule, we're just gonna set it to 1.5. All right. Now, the next thing, which is the second script in the asset, is we wanna go to barrel. Now I have it set already here, the slice that's going to spawn, but we're gonna create this from scratch so I can give you guys an idea how to do it. So let's X out of that. So what we're gonna do is right click, go to create entity, and we're just gonna name this projectile. Let's actually name it, projectile is fine. So let's go ahead and look for mesh, and we're going to add a sphere. So we're going to minimize this to, let's say, I think the proper number was like 0.09. Yeah, 0.09, 0.09. I need a nice small bullet. Lift that up. Make sure the Y is facing forward. All right, and then we're going to add rigid body physics. I'm going to also add a primitive collider, and that's going to require a shape, which of course we're going to use sphere. All right, and now we're going to add the Lua script. And we want to add projectile manager, which is going to be under scripts as well. Hit OK. And it comes with a number of settings, which I will also add on to more as time goes on. But right now you can set the bullet, which is the projectile here. The damage that the bullet does. The speed, which we're going to actually put to 100. And then impact sound. All right, so let's go ahead and hit enter. And that actually should do it right there. We should have the bullet set. Actually, not really, sorry. Let's go ahead and create a slice. and it's going to name it projectile 2, and it's going to turn blue. Let's go back here, go to 2, hit OK. Now if I go back to the first person controller and make sure I have a type selected, let's make sure we have single shot selected, and let's drag the weapon barrel right there. And now if I hit play, we should be able to shoot. As you can see, the bullets have a lot of bullet drop. If you want to keep that, you can for realism. But for me, I'm going to take it off. So I'm just going to go to the projectile, going to drag it back in. And for the rigid body, I'm going to actually set this to 0. And we're going to push that to the slice. Right there. I'm going to update the whole slice. Save it. All right, and now I can just delete that again. And now if we hit play, we have bullets. Hope you guys enjoyed this video for how to set up and use the asset properly. I hope you guys enjoyed the script. If you have any questions or comments, do not hesitate to hit me up on Discord. Thank you for your continued support, and I will see you guys in the next video.